It's that time. Welcome in, everybody. We are here. It is a really important evening. If you have found this by accident, what a great night to find us. If you meant to be here, welcome to the Sage Goddess celebration of the Scorpio full moon X Beltane. This hasn't happened in the 15 years I have been your Sage Goddess. Oh, yeah, and I forgot. I asked them to have it, but I need to have it too. Could you grab me some water in a container I can fit my fingers into? Mm-hmm. You need water. I would love for you to have a candle. If you have the tools for tonight, we're going to do a little bit of crafting. If you recall, we're going to be making our spirit soak, and we have some really cool clearing herbs in this blend that we gave you, which includes white sage and rosemary, hyssop for blessings. Hyssop takes us back to the Bible. These are really ancient, important herbs for clearing. So if you have your tools, great. At the very least, if you can have a candle for me, if you can please have some water. We have a full moon in Scorpio, and even though we typically don't do clearing work at full moons, this one's a little bit different. I'm going to explain why. When we have a full moon at a holiday like Beltane, and is there anybody here from the Southern Hemisphere below the equator? Because y'all are celebrating Samhain tonight. Beltane in the Northern Hemisphere is Samhain in the Southern Hemisphere. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that. How many of you are sun, moon, or rising? Lena's here, so she for sure is celebrating Samhain tonight. How many of you are sun, moon, rising Scorpio or have major Scorpio placements? First of all, how are you feeling? This is a big moon for you guys, and it's bringing in some transformation. It's certainly bringing in clarity. It's showing you the places in your life that are out of alignment for you. Ooh, my daughter is a Scorpio moon. She's been riding this wave. I'm proud of her. It's not an easy one for all of you with big Scorpio placements. This full moon has had you looking at all of your close, intimate relationships with a magnifying glass. Like, is this one working? Is that one working? And then, the most important piece of all is that you can handle what you see, right? That you can handle the insight that comes. So are you feeling it? I love Scorpio energy. I have no Scorpio in my chart. And I think that's part of why I love it, because I have Scorpio envy. Like, God, I would love to have Pluto in the 12th house in Scorpio. You know what I mean? I don't know if I can handle that, but like, I would love it. So I've always had a little Scorpio envy. So those of you with big Scorpio placements, this full moon is asking you, what's really working for you, Scorpio? And what isn't? And whatever isn't working, are you ready to see it and allow it to move, or allow it to transform? Scorpios are great best friends. And the reason is you can't overwhelm them. They don't get overwhelmed. You can't ever be too much for a Scorpio. It's one of the reasons I love them so much. Maxie Palm said, my sister is a Scorpio and she's a bitch. I want nothing to do with her. So there's also that, right? Like, there's also the part of Scorpio. It's fucking hot in here when you get a chance, Rachel. Yeah. There's also the part of Scorpio. I'm going through menopause, so it's just, what are you going to do? There's part of Scorpio that will absolutely drive you insane, right? The highs are high and the lows are low with a Scorpio, but we love them. So you have tons of family with Scorpio placements. I never got exposed to Scorpios until I went out into the world on my own. There's nobody in my family with major placements. Like, so yeah, don't piss you off. I've learned that. Of course, as a double fire sign, all I do is piss people off, right? I'm not trying to, but it's just kind of how I enter the room. So I've had to learn how to navigate y'all. But like I said, I love Scorpio energy because it's all in. Scorpios are not afraid. They're not afraid of your depth. They're not afraid of their own depth. So I thought I would start us off tonight. These are heavy times. And I first of all want to say thank you for showing up to ceremony tonight, because I do this for you. It's a gift. This ceremony is a gift. And then, I don't charge for these ceremonies. I just kind of want anybody who wants to join to join. So thank you for taking an hour out for yourself and for your own spiritual practice. I love you. I don't have all the answers for everything, but I sit here and hold the space with a lot of gratitude for you. And then next hour from 6 to 7 is a private ceremony for my students in a class called Living Sanctuary, where we are celebrating Beltane. And that's also a gift to them. It's a bonus session. So tonight is just a gift, right? And I'm grateful that you're here to receive it. I think this is the most important time, probably in your lifetime, to commit to your spiritual practice. And I can't tell you how many of even my own friends will say, Athena, your full moon and new moon rituals, that's my practice. I'm too busy for anything else, but bless you for showing up and holding us twice a month. So I do that. Thank you for being present and showing up. Just love you guys. And if you don't celebrate any of these things, it's May Day, which again is still pagan. You know what I mean? Some people don't want to talk about all these things, but May Day is when they take the pole, the maypole, and they wrap the ribbons around it, because the pole is the shooter and the ribbons are the cooter, because today is a sex holiday. And so we can talk about more about that. But this of all the ceremonies that I do with you in the year, I will always tell you, Scorpio full moons and Beltane, we have to talk about sex. So if you have little people around who, let me tell you something, your kids know way more than you think they know. And what's really scary is they probably know more than you do, because they have internets and AI. So I don't know how much they need to be protected from hearing about the boom, chicka, wow, wow, bow, bow. You know what I mean? I don't think they need to be protected from that. But if you want to protect them, you can send them into a different place, and then we can talk about the things, the hocus and the pocus, if you know what I mean. Yay! All right, well, let's burn something, because it's because I always want to burn something, but it's at a full moon on a day of a portal. This is probably the 6th time I have burned some sage today. It's occupational. But I'm going to burn a little bit for you. Into this smoke, I want you to release anything that is worrying you, anything that you need to let go of, just to be present with me right now. Into that smoke. Hi, Paxton. The animals always come in here when we're doing ceremony, but your animals do too. They know that we're gathering and we're doing the thing. Okay. So you have your water, you have a candle, you have all the things. I'm going to read to you from my Book of Blessings and Rituals about May. Is that okay? We rarely see each other on the 1st of the month, and it just so happens today is May 1st. So this is the month of prosperity and power. Again, this is my book called The Book of Blessings and Rituals. It's old, but it will never be out of date. Everything in here is evergreen. So if you have your book, you can open to page 52, or I will read to you, and just close your eyes and drop in, come be with me for an hour. The 5th month. The number of fingers on each hand, the number of points on a star, the number of leaves on the cinquefoil plant, which attracts prosperity. 5 is a number of completion and wealth. And in the 5th month of the year, there's an energy of abundance. Can't you kind of feel it? This is high spring, right? Everything is growing. Everything is, the trees, if they were barren, now are full of their brightest green leaves, right? You're starting to see your plants flower, your fruit trees have all of the buds, everything's ready to grow. Work with this energy to enhance flow of financial resources ahead of the growth and harvest seasons to come. Oh, Paxton, lay down. When you think of prosperity, do you think of yourself, this is important, so really listen to this question. When you think of prosperity, do you think of yourself as entitled to it or blocked from it? The answer to that question really tells you how to work with the energy over the next few days. Does the idea of wealth make you uncomfortable? Where do your ideas about money come from? A river flows without thinking about how big it is or how another river might compare to it, or whether it is entitled to flow freely, expansively, and powerfully along its path. Nature models wealth to us in every way. Abundance of flowers and fruits. Tonight's the flower moon. Vistas and views so wide and colorful that your eyes can't fully take them in. So why then might humans feel conditioned to stay small, take up minimal space? And how does this mindset of smallness serve us? A sincere desire for wealth is a desire for wealth of all things and all beings at all times. When I open a portal for prosperity, like we're doing tonight, that energy becomes available for the collective. I delight when I see others call in prosperity because your prosperity benefits all. So ring your bell, light your candles, summon your guides, gather your crystals, bathe in your salts, and let go of fear. Stake your claim to what is yours using the blessings and projects in this chapter to guide you. Yahoo! On we go. So when we get together, y'all, at 6 p.m. tonight, I will read, if you're in class, I will read you the Beltane blessing. And then I have a ritual for us as well. Okay. Now, the fixed signs, I want to talk to you a little bit more about tonight's energy before we dive in and do our ceremony together. If you are a fixed sign, so I would like to know, do you have major placements in Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, or Aquarius? Okay. Tonight isn't just about Scorpio. I'm a Leo. A lot of you are Taurus. A lot of you are Aquarius. A lot of you. So Scorpio is fixed water. Leo is fixed fire. Aquarius is fixed air. And Taurus is fixed earth. The fixed signs have had a really rough 7 years. Okay. I think you know that Uranus just left the building, left the Taurus building, and has moved into Gemini. So now now it's more into the mutable range, and the fixed signs have a break for the next 7 years, which is really good. But we've been on the hot seat. Okay. Now is our time. The fixed signs with major placements in those signs, you get to relax a little bit. Tonight is kind of the honoring of the completion of that big cycle of transformation that we just came through. So I've been riding that wave. A lot of you have been riding that wave. Have you felt it? Have you had the best 7 years of your life? Because if you have, I'd be really surprised. Fixed signs have been served a menu of difficulty since about 2018, 2019. And it all just shifted last week. So you should be starting to feel, it's going to take like a month for us to really get into the juice of not being on the hot seat. But I really want you to imagine that for the last 7 years, you've been in trouble. Remember when you were a kid, you were in trouble with your parents or the principal or whatever. That's how every fixed sign has felt since 2018. And so now we're not in trouble anymore. Now other people are in trouble. And we get to relax just a little bit. Virgo's gone through it too. And by the way, Virgo's about to go through it more. So we can talk. I know this isn't a program about astrology, but I am an astrologer. And so Virgo's in a different position now. But for the fixed signs, again, Taurus, fixed earth, Aquarius, fixed air, Scorpio, fixed water, Leo, fixed fire, right? We have really been feeling it. And so we're getting a reprieve. Scorpio, the sign of tonight's full moon, is ruled by Pluto. People don't like Pluto, right? Because Pluto's like the god of the underworld and doesn't have the best reputation. But here's what I will tell you. Pluto doesn't take anything away from you that was meant to be yours. What Pluto does is show you how some of the things in and around your life are not really yours. And it's an invitation to remove those things. Because when you let go of something that isn't aligned to you, it opens a door. And tonight is a threshold. Beltane is a threshold. These 2 points in the year, May 1st, November 1st, okay? Beltane, Samhain, are not just days. Like I said, they're portals. Beltane, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, this is our portal to life, and Samhain is the portal to death. So we are going through the portal of growth, change, pregnancy, fertility, expansion, and our Southern Hemisphere family is going through the portal of transformation, release, death, surrender, because they're preparing for winter and we're preparing for summer. Does that make sense? Okay. So tonight is about your creative urges. It's about your deepest desires and longings. It's about your soul's alignment in this physical plane. It's about what you're going to build that's new, but it's also about facing some really serious emotional truths. the most important person to be honest with is yourself. And the one thing about Scorpios, I will tell you, can't really lie to them. Scorpios smell lies from 10 miles away, and they don't play. Like, they're not here for that. Scorpios are here for deep emotional truth. So tonight, imagine that big moon is shining its light directly on the areas of your life where maybe you're not being honest with yourself, right? When you keep saying, oh, this relationship's okay, but it's not okay, right? Maybe it's okay for now, but maybe not forever. Then why are you doing it? I'm your friend who's going to tell you this isn't a dress rehearsal. This is it. You're never going to be any younger than you are tonight. So stop telling yourself stories, right? Unless you are in the story and you love the story, you should probably let the story go. Yeah. Okay. So any questions before we start? I'm so glad you're here. It's a big night. It's a big night. We're going to do this together. We have seen each other through many moons, many processes, many different kinds of storms. But again, I think the energy of tonight is just really being present to your truth. It all starts. It's your internal story that builds your external story. So I'm calling tonight for us the veil and the flame. The veil and the flame. So if you have your candle, your shadow rising candle, I want to invite you to light that now. I love the way this candle smells too. I hope you love it as well. I love the kind of smoky gray color we did. And one of the things I want to tell you, when we put the quartz points in our candles, you're supposed to keep that when you burn your candle down. And this one is uniquely charged with transformation. So anytime you need to be brave about making a change in your life, something that's better for you, carry this crystal. You could wire wrap it, make it into an amulet for yourself. But I really want to tell you, there's a special energy about tonight because we never have a full moon aligned to Beltane, and we certainly don't have a full moon in Scorpio aligned to Beltane. So I love it. Jamie said, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I remembered to tune in. I have a sun and rising sign in Aquarius, and my moon is in Taurus, and the last 7 years have been incredibly challenging. Let's do it. So like I said, we normally don't release at the full moon, but there is an energy around Scorpio that does invite us to release, even though that's not typically the medicine. So with our water, we're going to start with the releasing ceremony. Okay. So, by the way, you can do this with your fingers, or if you have a stone that you're charging tonight, you know what I mean? You have your black agate wand that we've been working with for these tools. You can also put your crystal in the water and release that way. Agate's a great stone for releasing. It is a stone that carries its own frequency of stabilization. That's why we put it in the set. One of the things about Scorpio, it's the most grounded of all the water signs. Water signs are not grounded. Pisces, Cancer, I love you, but you're not grounded. We go to Capricorns, we go to Virgos, Taurus, but we also go to Scorpio. Scorpio is the most earthy of all the water signs, and black agate is your stone, Scorpio, because it contains within it all the power of transformation, and it also can hold energy, it can transmute energy, and it can stabilize energy. Does that make sense? Okay, so if you don't have stones, you can use your fingers. So what we're going to do is use our right hand. Okay, if you have it doesn't have to be charged water, just any water that you have. I'm going to instruct you after we do this, when we're done tonight, you need to go and release this water outside. You can do it in any way that feels good. Give it to your garden, but this is not water you want to drink because we're releasing a lot of heavy energy into this. And Annabelle is celebrating her birthday with us. Happy birthday, Annabelle. What a powerful birthday. Like, you make a wish tonight. That's more than just one wish, right? So thank you for being here for us, with us. Okay, so your right hand is the hand that you use to send energy. So I want you to really think about what you are ready to release tonight based on it not being true for you anymore. Something that isn't true for you anymore. Remember, Scorpio knows what's true and what isn't true, and they don't tell themselves lies. Scorpio lives in truth. Are you ready? So what I want you to do is imagine that, you call up into your right hand everything that needs to be released tonight. Any stories that aren't serving you, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough. What are the stories that you need to let go of tonight? Can you think about that? Try just tuning into this energy tonight and ask yourself, what have I been telling myself that isn't true and actually isn't serving me? Right? It could be about who you are as a person. It could be who you are in relationship. It could be about parenting. It could be about how you feel relative to abundance, right? I love it. Yeah, Stephanie said, I'm releasing my imposter syndrome. That's good to let go of. Because here's the thing, you're not an imposter. The biggest issue I see among people in our community is you don't actually appreciate how magical you are. You underestimate yourself. And then eventually you get older and you realize how magical you were, and you can't go back and remember, right? So it's like, remember it now. You're not good enough, right? So every time you think of something, I want you to blow that energy into your hand and into the water it goes. This is because we release to the sign that the moon is in, which is water, Scorpio. Okay, so I'm not good enough. In the water it goes, right? I have so many stories I have to let go, and so much of it became very clear to me this week, right? A lot of you, I don't know if you've been through divorce, but I have been. And a lot of times what happens to those of us who go through divorce is we go through stories like, I wasn't good enough as a spouse. I didn't, right? Whatever that is. So like, I wasn't good enough, into the water, right? Right? Just because you gave your love to the wrong person doesn't mean that your love isn't valuable. But that's the story that comes up, right? A lot of us have stories around, gosh, so many things. Stories about our health, right? That your health will always be whatever it is, right? So an old story for me is, pain is part of the process. Into the water goes, right? Or like, I don't have enough. Into the water it goes. And we're just releasing. Yeah. And here's the thing, belly weight is cortisol. You're too stressed. So a good story to release would be, because here's my story. If I'm stressed out, that means I'm working hard, which is good, right? And the real story is, if I'm stressed out, it's because I'm not running my energy efficiently enough and I need to run it differently. So, again, I'm not enough. Into the water it goes. Right? Oh, I know. Or, I have stories because now I'm a single mom and I'm really the only parent in their lives. And so it's like, gosh, I'm not enough, right? But it's like, I am enough, right? So that story of I'm not enough, into the water it goes. Okay? Ooh. Yeah, don't rehearse tragedy, y'all. Thank you, Tammy, for giving me my own wisdom tonight. What's another story? Okay, so see if this feels right to you. A couple of other stories I want to let go of. That play is not productive. When I play, it's very productive. I get inspired and then I get encouraged and then I come up with something, and right. So play is productive. I'm letting go of that story. What's another good story to let go of? There's only so much to go around. That's not true. There's more than enough for everybody, right? Into the water it goes. Anything else you want to release? I try to keep you playing because here's the thing. Do you want to age better? You better play. You better dance, you better dance in the kitchen, you better sing, you better get in some trouble, right? When we stop playing and dancing and getting into trouble, we age. Our bones, our muscles, right? Got to stay youthful, so you got to stay in the space of youth, which is play, right? It's got to happen. Yeah, I love that. Stephanie said releasing control of outcomes, which we know we don't control outcomes anyway, but so into the water it goes. Is this feeling good to you? Do you want to put anything in my water? Here, stick it. By the way, that water was real clear before, and it's starting to look a little murky. Here, put it in my water. Give it to me, honey. I'm sure you have your own water, but I'll take it. Into the water it goes. Into the water it goes. Right? Remember when I was a student? Oh, I don't know if I'm smart enough. I don't know. I'm like, really? Really? So think about the past stories you told yourself and how not true those were, and that will help you release, release, release. You're not going to age well if you hold on to a bunch of shit, because the shit turns into wrinkles. Okay, that's now poop water, and we're going to throw that away later. Bye-bye. We'll give it back to the elements, right? I'm so glad. Let it go. Let it go. It does. Baggage gives you wrinkles, and it gives you a really heavy midsection. If you have weight around the middle and everybody's telling you it's hormones, let me tell you right now, it's cortisol. And if you stop, it will change. Then you're going to go like, wow, I wasn't even trying, and I'm losing weight around the middle. Yeah. And that weight around the middle gives you a heart attack later. So you have to control stress. You must. And I'm trying to teach you right now how to do it. Put it in a bowl and then put it in the garden, right? Let it go. All right, good stuff. Scorpio energy is water, because water remembers. Okay, so now we're going to move into the expansion energy. So like I said, typically we don't release at the full moon, but tonight's different because Beltane's a portal. Anytime we're on a portal day, we can send energy into that portal. And again, tonight is the portal of life. So everything we're trying to expand and grow and create, we're now going to send fire energy to that with our candle. You ready? So I want you to hold your candle with your left hand, and I want you to place your right hand over your heart. And if you don't have a candle, you can look at mine. Okay. So happy to see you guys. The gift Scorpio gives all of us is fearlessness, that there's no darkness dark enough to swallow you. So Scorpio is the call to life through the portal of death. Because Scorpio's like, I've been there, and it won't destroy you. In fact, it will make you stronger. So I want you to gaze into this flame with me, and I want you to ask yourself tonight. We're not going to do the work yet because I have to open a circle. But right now we're just doing the energetic part. What is it that you want to build? May, June, July are your last building months of 2026. You don't have time to waste. You have 90 days because then we start the harvest cycle. So I am the bearer of true tidings tonight. You've got 90 days to make it happen. So close your eyes. What do you want to build this year? When I'm with you in December and we're reflecting on this year, what will you be so glad you called in tonight? I see you. Julia's starting a new job on the 13th. So we're going to send tons of energy to that job tonight. And I know Marie's got anxiety. All of us do, Marie. You're not alone. This is an anxiety-provoking time. But again, the answer is always magic. The answer is always energy, because anxiety is an energy, right? Okay, let's open our circle. I have to get a new phone. I don't like getting a new phone. This is where when people are like, oh, you're not that old. And I'm always like, wait till you hear me talk about phones. That's when I show my age, because a new phone is like a whole new thing you have to learn, and I don't like it. So my phone is cracked on every surface and it looks terrible, but it still works. Yep. I know. No, I'm telling you, the 90-day thing is like no joke. Think of your plants, right? If you haven't planted by now, it's getting late. It's getting late. Please do me a favor, spend this weekend planting. And I'm not talking about gardening. I mean, I'm a gardener because it's my only sanity. It really is. But if you don't like gardening or you don't do that, then plant in your heart. Plant in your spirit. There's a frost warning. Really? Y'all in the Midwest. But soon it'll be beautiful. All right, I'm in charge. Roll your shoulders back, close your eyes, call your energy into present time. Calling to the guides and the guardians of the East. Thank you for new beginnings, new cycles, new possibilities, and this grand doorway tonight to our own growth and our own transformation. You are here. Guides and guardians of the South, element of fire, we greet you at Beltane. We welcome you in for courage, transformation, change. And you are here. Guides and guardians of the West, element of water, Scorpio. Under this beautiful full flower moon. It's one of my favorites of the whole year. I love May so much. So much potential, so much beauty. Just go outside if you get sad or anxious. Just go outside. Pretend I'm taking you for a walk. Just go look at nature. It'll bring you back. Thank you for bringing us wealth, abundance, and ease in this May month. You are here. And guides and guardians of the North, thank you for your stabilizing earth energy. Thank you for grounding us. Thank you for reminding us of the power of this moment, for peace, for presence, for patience. You are here. To the element of spirit, the Akash, the Ki, the Chi, the Prana, the breath, the unifying element, the fifth point of the pentacle that unites the other four, activates them and their power. Thank you for reminding us that magic is real. Thank you for the beauties who are gathered online with me tonight. I send blessings to you, your family, all your relations. Together, we say, Amen. Aho. So it is. And I love it when you say it back. It's super good. Berna asked a question. Is it true that the house number 4 is not lucky? No. House number 4 is great. Number 4 in numerology is the firm foundation. So I would love a house number 4. Yay for banging your drum with me. Thank you for that. I can hear you. I can feel you through the ethers. I know you're there. And it's so good. Again, I'm so grateful for everybody who's here, and I am trusting the process for all of us. For all of us. Okay, so we're going to anoint with our perfume, which is labdanum and birch tar with champaka, ylang ylang, and pepper. So the way we anoint is I always draw a figure 8 on my arm, cross the arms together, a little bit at my wrist to bless my actions, a little bit at the third eye to bless my thoughts, and then a little bit at my ankles to bless my steps. And we gave you the pure blend because we're going to make a bath blend. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. For me personally, in my bath blend, I just want the herbs, the clay, and the salt. And then I like to add the oil blend drop by drop into the water. It's more potent that way. But I will tell you, if you have the tools, you can add it to your bath blend. It's fine. It's a personal preference thing. Okay. I'm glad you were feeling the energy of tonight. It's really intense. Oh, I didn't know that. So in China, the number 4 is considered unlucky. I know that the number 7 is considered very lucky, auspicious for a home. But I go with numerology. That's my baseline, but but it's always nice to know what the other traditions say, I think, right? Because I learn from everything. But okay, so here's what I'm doing with the bath blend that we're making. And by the way, you should have a bath blend, even if you didn't get the tools for this month, which I think we still have a few of them, but make your own. And this is the growth season. Get yourself some herbs. Get oregano, which is really good for your health. Get some rosemary, which is always very clearing. Get some lavender. It'll bring you peace. Grow your own herbs. You can grow them on your patio in your kitchen, and then dry them, cut them, hang them to dry, and then grind them. Use a mortar and pestle and put them in your bath. Right? Some people are like, am I growing my herbs for my kitchen? And I'm like, I don't know, but you should at least have your herbs for for your ceremonies, right? And when you grow your herbs yourself, the power is 10 times stronger, right? So I really recommend it. So here's our Epsom salt. Epsom salt contains magnesium. I'm going to tell you something as your older sister. Some of you are older than me, but I still feel like your older sister sometimes. This magnesium does a couple of things. I take an Epsom salt bath every night before bed, and it helps me with sleep. It keeps you regular, makes you poop, which is really good. And as you get older, sometimes your pooper is not as regular. Now, there's other forms of magnesium that you should be taking as supplements, like glycinate, for example, and citrate, for example. But in your bath, at least once a day, if you can, if you have a bath, you should always be taking an Epsom salt bath. This is your best friend, and it's going to help you sleep better. It's going to help you move the booter, right? Which is very important. If you're young, you're like, who cares? When you get older, you're like, oh, now I know what she's talking about. It's really important. Digestion is everything. I mean, we learned this from Ayurveda, right? Like if your digestion's off, everything's off. Something's going on. And then we put kaolin clay, which is for purification. It actually draws impurities out of your skin. And if you shave, it makes your skin soft after you shave. So just a little bit of the kaolin clay in there. You don't have to put the whole thing. Save some of it, right? I used about like maybe half. And when I'm doing magical things, I use my hands to blend because it's your magic tool. So every time I touch it, I'm sending the energy in of like, this bath will clear me, relax me, all the things. It absolutely, Susan Moore put it really well. She said, Epsom salt baths clear your aura. You get so clear and calm afterward. Even when I'm traveling, I travel with our bath blends. And Rachel will tell you, I can't stay anywhere that doesn't have a bathtub. It doesn't have to have anything else. Honestly, if it didn't have a bed, I would probably be okay as long as I had a bathtub. So whenever we travel, because she and I travel together all the time, we're always like looking for Airbnbs that have a bathtub because Mama San over here has to have her granny bath. Okay, now this is the clearing herb blend. And by the way, I love this because this has the organic white sage that we all love so much. It also has, so it says white sage, rosemary, and hyssop, which is referenced in the Bible for clearing energy. Oh no, if you don't have, if I lived near you and I came to your house and I didn't find magnesium, I would have a word with you. I would. I would take you right to CVS. Okay, so now I'm gonna use my right hand. Well, if you have it, you need to take it. My friend, my dear friend, he was one of my first boyfriends actually back in middle school. He passed away during COVID, which broke my heart. But he was a medicine man. And he used to say that ladies go crazy without magnesium. That was always his line. Oh, you ladies go crazy without magnesium. But he was kind of right. If you're feeling crazy and like super stressed, please just start there. And then I'm starting to teach you about saffron. Did you see my post about saffron? Holy shit, I had no idea what saffron does. It regulates your nervous system. And it does all of these things too. I mean, saffron calms your mind, helps you sleep. I'm taking 1 cup of saffron tea a day, and I feel so much better. Seriously. I'm trying to teach you these things as I learn them, because, and then you start going down the saffron rabbit hole. I mean, this is thousands of years of old medicine, right? Oh, look it up. I get it off Amazon. I just look at the reviews, but I'm doing, and here's the thing, you have to bloom it. Do you know about this? So just get saffron, take a couple of threads of saffron. They're like little red, like little needles. See that kaolin clay on my hands? That's so good for your skin. So you just take a couple of the little saffron threads. It's expensive. It's the most expensive herb or spice on the planet because each flower only produces 3 strands. It's from a crocus. But anyway, this is old Persian medicine, but you know, it works. And so you take a couple, like 3 or 4 threads in your mortar and pestle, and you put an ice cube in it and you stir it, and the saffron melts. And then you take hot water, pour it over that little ice cube, yellow orange magic. And I add a little honey, and oh my goodness, 1 cup a night, stronger than magnesium for sleep. And you can read about it. It does 1,000 different good things for your body. So anyway, it's magic for real. Here's the bath blend. So again, this went from being just salt to being now salt and kaolin clay to draw impurities out, and white sage and rosemary and hyssop to remove unwanted energy and also to bless your whole field. This is a ceremonial bath. So now what I'm going to do is take the black agate wand that we gave you, which is going to be your new best friend, because every time you feel stressed out, I want you to take this wand in your right hand and I want you to pull it through your field over to your right shoulder. So start at your left shoulder and inhale. Then you get to your crown chakra and exhale. And then I want you to do the same thing over the front of your body. Inhale, and actually, as you exhale, bring it down over your body. And then go back to the crown, inhale, and bring it down the back. This is the stability stone. So this is going to stabilize your energy field. I want you to stir your bath blend with it. And by the way, when we're done tonight, this is going into my bathtub. And it's just going to stay there. I have crystals in my bath, the bath crystals. They're large enough where they don't go down the drain. I have rose quartz, I have aventurine, and I have rainforest jasper in my bath. So now I'm going to add my black agate wand. And just when you're in the bath, you've had a long day, a little pinch of this in the running water. And then you just remember the ceremony, right? You go from shoulder to shoulder, and then from the top of your head down, and from the top of your head back. You can use shungite. This is stability. Shungite is purification. They're just slightly different stones. So both of them are great. But again, purification, clearing, right? Stability. Does that make sense? And there's lots of other stones you can use too. If you have obsidian, that would be really nice. A lot of you have a double term obsidian from me over the years. So again, that's going to be clearing, very clearing, right? So that would be clearing. This would be purifying. This would be stabilizing. I'm so glad you like the candle. Okay, so your blend is complete. The other thing, so the other way I want you to use your kaolin powder, again, this is me as your older sister trying to teach you about anti-aging. Party bonus, a little tiny bit of this in your hand with your cleanser when you wash your face. I still break out at 53. It sucks, but 52, I'm turning 53. I still break out. And so when I break out, if I start to break out, I take a little of that kaolin clay with a little bit of water in my hand, and I just put it on I had a huge zit here yesterday. I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, it's huge. A little bit of that, and just make a paste and leave it for an hour. And the next morning, your pimple will be gone. So if you have clogged pores and all that stuff, kaolin clay is what estheticians use in facials. So it's super powerful for that too. So again, don't use all of this in your blend, because that way you'll have some to mix with your facial cleanser. You will kiss me for this. It makes your skin on your face and wherever you put it so soft, but it purifies. And so it's going to unclog your pores and your skin is going to glow. It's all the things. We used to put kaolin clay in our soap, which I loved. Okay. We have released all the things that we agreed no longer served us. That even smells good. Do you smell the white sage in it? I went to Armstrong because it's a nursery near us, and I was getting my herbs, and they had 2 huge white sage plants. I just couldn't, huge, you guys. And they were like $25. They were like 15-gallon pots. I bought them both. I couldn't resist. So check your nurseries, because some of them have white sage and you might just be walking right past it and not know you're walking past that. Okay, so we've released everything that we need to release that isn't serving us, and we've started to call in everything that we want to expand. So I want to take one more opportunity now before we close the circle. Is there anything else you want to welcome in? Again, we are at a threshold tonight. This is the portal of life. It's the portal of fertility. It's the portal of what you want to create and expand and grow. I will be talking about Beltane in the next hour with my students. So for those of you who'll be there, we can talk about this. This is, like I said, an important holiday for union. If you have a significant other, I really want to encourage you to celebrate tonight before midnight and really do the thing. And again, this is a practice that is thousands of years old, but that's how you're supposed to celebrate Beltane. I don't actually know the zones for white sage. It grows, so I live in Southern California. White sage grows wild from Santa Barbara, which is just north of me, down through Baja, Mexico, which is south of me. So that's and then it grows east to the Anza Borrego Desert. So those are kind of the natural growth zones, but I'm not sure what zone that is exactly. And I have friends who grow it all over the world. So you can grow it in different zones. You just may have to, it's a little finicky, you know what I mean? For a weed, it's very particular about its preferences for growth. Yeah, like Hillary's got a friend growing it in Mount Washington, which is crazy to me. But, your friend has learned how to provide the appropriate environment for it. Well, here, the best lover is you. Some of my best sexual experiences have been alone. So cheers. I love it. Mama Britt said, I welcome in perfect health, energy, and happiness, success, and abundance in growing my personal brand and affiliate marketing. Okay. I like that. I want you to ask yourself the question tonight. Where are you holding on to something or someone because it feels secure, even though you know it's no longer aligned with you? And then the second question is, where do you need to allow yourself to move so that you can be in alignment with what's coming, what's intended for you? I know it's hard. I do it too. I stay too long at parties. You know what I mean? But don't we all kind of? I'm so guilty of wanting things to work when I know they're not going to. And I stay too long. It's okay. I think we're human, right? I think we could point to like 10 or 20 places in my life where I stayed too long. But, you know, sometimes we do it because that energy is holding us, right? It's supporting us. And you're not going to let go till you're ready. I know. I know. It's hard. But Scorpio teaches us to rip the band aid. Scorpio's like, okay. Boop. And I love you for that. We need that energy, right? We need that energy. It's true. I mean, no one will ever be able to say, I didn't try, right? Like, I try and try and try when I shouldn't even be trying. But I'm fixed fire. Again, if you're a Scorpio, you're fixed water. If you're Leo, you're fixed fire. If you are Taurus, you're fixed earth. If you're Aquarius, you're fixed air. Like, when we love you, we just love you forever, ever. And like, we're hard to break up with, right? But sometimes we need to rip the damn Band-Aid off. Scorpio's like, I'll do it. Scorpio's that friend who will pop your pimple, rip your Band-Aid. They don't care. And we all need that friend. And tonight, that friend is the full moon, and it's telling you to pop your pimple. Are you ready? Okay. I love you. Let's pop the pimple. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ready? I know. Okay. So I have a giveaway. This is a slice of carnelian, and it has been here in my crystal room for 10 years. And I saw it this morning. By the way, the coolest thing you could do would be to put this in your window. And there's different ways to do that. You can wrap a small piece of wire around it and then attach it to one of those little suction hooks, because the light will come through, and it's a portal inside. Isn't that beautiful? So would you like this? I've been holding on to it all day and kind of sending Beltane energy into it. It's definitely a firestone, and I thought maybe someone tonight could really benefit from working with this. So if you're called to it, just say yes. I'm going to choose a winner right now. And then as you're saying yes to this, I kind of see an angel inside of it. I'm going to close our circle. By the way, you can just sit on it, right? Call that fire energy in. This also, look how cool this is. If you have candles, what a beautiful little candle base, right? You know, so every time you burn your candle, you're charging it with this energy. That was kind of my intention for it for you. I knew you would like it. So releasing the guides and guardians, thanking them for their attendance tonight, supporting our circle. So we always start where we left off, thanking and releasing the guides and guardians of air for animating spirit for animating and connecting the other elements. We release you with gratitude. And thanking and releasing the guides and guardians of earth. Thank you for your patience and presence and peace. We release you with gratitude. Guides and guardians of water, thank you for the abundance that we called in tonight. Thank you for the beautiful energy of Scorpio, its truth, its power. We release you. So the guides and guardians of the South, thank you for energies of fire, transformation, and courage. I love this. I release you with gratitude. And then guides and guardians of the East, new beginnings, new possibilities. Cheers to your growth. We release you with gratitude. Okay, I'm going through the feed now. I love you guys. If I had 100,000 of these, I would send one to everybody. It's kind of special that it's been sitting here for so long. Kind of waiting for this moment, you know? I see you. All right, this is going to Miss V Grace, MISSVGRACE for Team SG. I would be beyond blessed to receive this. I had a birthday recently, and today is my sister's birthday too. Happy birthday to both of you. May it become mine and bless my home. That's exactly where it's going. I'm so happy to send this to you on this beautiful day. So please know it's coming from my heart and home to yours. And I hope every time you look at it, even, you know, put your coffee on there in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, that's your new little charging plate for all your magic. I love that for you. So thank you for being here. Next month, not really next month, it's in a few weeks, we have a blue moon. And we have done the coolest thing. So this is your blue moon water jar. This is part of the new set of tools. Look at the glittery magic. We put butterfly pea flower and all the goodies in there. When you add your water with me during our ceremony, during our next full moon, it's going to turn it this gorgeous royal indigo blue. You also get the candle. You get our new blue moon perfume. And you get the huge Dianite palm stone, which is one of the most powerful third eye stones you can work with. These are huge palm stones. We're going to do a whole activation with these. So this kit is at sagegoddess.com. It's 20% off with code MAGIC20. And Circe has the link for you in the feed if you would like it. The full moon kits always sell out. We don't make a lot of them. And so there's a lot of you here. So if you'd like that, you can head on over. And then this necklace that I charged in our ceremony tonight, if you go to our Facebook page and comment that you got the blue moon kit, you're entering to win this gorgeousness. This is chrysocolla and citrine for clear communication and wealth. And so we will choose and announce the winner on Monday, but you have to go comment over there. Blessings to you guys at this full moon and Beltane. If you are in Living Sanctuary, I'm heading right over to you for our Beltane ceremony now. And you're always welcome to join our online programs. Circe has the link for you. I have a brand new program called Gemology that's open for registration now. We start June 1st. That's sagegoddess.com/gemology if you'd like to learn more about crystals with me. It's one of the last classes I'll be teaching about gems in my career, probably. I probably will do another round of it next year with a different theme. But I'm certifying you as a gemologist this year. And so if you'd like to join us, we'd love to have you. All right, you guys, be blessed. Have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy. Get to work. You've got 90 days. And I'm going to keep reminding you of that. I love you. I'll see you soon.